Hey everybody, we're back on the Mr. C Dives In channel. The man of many aliases is here with me live.
Let's go!
Dropping it. He might be here as Bizarro Fanboy G. He might be here as Chai Star G. Or today, he is here as Comic Star G. Always, he's got to open with the Let's Go. So speaking of Let's Go, here we go. We did a Friday recap.
Yep.
A little tired yesterday. Took a little rest after being at the con for a full day Saturday.
I believe. I mean, it's a lot of walking around.
It's a lot of walking. I got my step counter is counting steps today and yesterday and the day before. Tomorrow, we'll have, anyway. Tomorrow. Okay, here we go. So we wanted to do a recap of the entirety of the con now, and of course, as we're reopening the outdoor studio, we're subject to planes passing by overhead, as has been the case in the past. So again, hopefully the audio. Did we play in the mic?
No, we didn't.
Okay, so we have a background prop of a mic which we didn't plug in.
We have fake mic now.
Prop mic. All right. So one of the first things. Here we go again. History repeats itself. One of the first things that caught our attention right when you walk in the door from day one, and here we go, is giant size Cookie Monster. Now I've seen marshmallow in an 8-foot, in a 16-foot, in a 20-foot variety, but I have to figure this Mecha Cookie Monster outsizes all of them. Well, we've been to many cons, but have you ever seen this exact or anything that approaches this exact creation?
I'm just happy that the medallion that's on his chest, or at least I don't know, that there isn't anything in the nether region.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we get when we go live, trying to keep family friendly. Oh my gosh! Speaking of family friendly, so this is, as you can see from the sign, this is the Mecha Builders, which we didn't know anything about it. I guess it's a cartoon that ran on Nickelodeon. Have never seen it, but boy, oh boy, this is a really cool giant size cookie
It kind of
monster.
also reminds me of Ultraman, with the medallion in the chest.
He's got some Ultraman vibes to it, a little bit of Iron Man, a little bit of Ultraman. You know, definitely there's a technology element to it. Even though it's for a way younger set than what we are, might be good to take a look at the show sometime. I thought this was really cool. Now we went into the C2E2 booth to get your lanyard set, and boy oh boy, did you have a really good lanyard. Used to doing it with two different screens. Now here we are in the same spot, pulling the same move to go around the outside of the picture. But I could hang that on the wall right there, the C2E2 carpet there. That looked really neat. Again, we're a little bit out of order in the pictures. It takes time to put pictures in the right order. Nobody's got time for that. We've got another show to do after this show. So again, the Mecha Builder Sesame Street series, that's how Elmo looks. That's how Abby looks. It's all good. What else did we see on the convention floor? We saw a lot of stuff. As we said previously, there's no way to capture everything. But to just give a little snapshot, a little slice of what was out there. So I've seen some R2-D2s at cons. This guy's real shiny. He had a real good look to him.
It was kind of interesting to have sort of like splashes of like Star Wars. Like you could go down the aisle and you have people, cosplaying, and all of a sudden you see a droid.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Just walking around, minding your own business, looking for Artist Alley stuff, and all of a sudden, so good stuff. But whoever, because again, credit to the craft people who construct it and their technical know-how to render our RC remote controlled R2-D2. Good stuff. Also, I went up on the deck just to get a bird's eye view, if you will, to scan around, and it's a lot of, again, as we said, a more wide open floor than some other conventions, yet also packed with people coming and going. The fact that they had this little umbrella area here for people to be able to sit down like right in the middle of the floor and take a rest. You're getting a lot of steps.
That was the beer garden.
It was the indoor beer garden, but it was a family. It hit both marks. Here, have yourself a beer, but also there's kids dancing around. They That's the DJ booth right there in
Right.
the mid ground of the image. So again, C2E2 knows what it's doing.
And I think the umbrellas are also for the kids that don't get out of their parents' basement, that aren't used to sunlight. Be like, oh my God, it's so bright. Shelter under the umbrellas. Oh, I'm going to America.
that must be their intention. Here we go, just another kind of a similar, the same shot. So upon entry, talking about shiny stuff that was really good. This guy is a Jay Garrick Flash, who caught him just at the security check. Clearly, the helmet and the metal detector didn't go well together. So this guy was a good sport, about a good guy, if you will, about his entry process. I didn't get his name, but if you happen to be watching our small channel out there, feel free to jump into the comments. Excellent rendering of the Flash down to the lightning bolt and the way it breaks on the horizontals and the verticals. This guy nailed it. Super great depiction of Jay Garrick. I mean, he just ran by and created a breeze.
Exactly.
Created a little, that's how it worked. What do we have here? I think we're back on a little bit of Mecha Builders. Am I going? Okay, so kind of. All right, here. Let's jump up a little bit, and a little scroll and a little jump ahead here. The Wacky Packs. So again, the way different things come together. When we were shooting the Svengoolie episodes, the Rich Co's birthday tribute episodes, Terror Dave mentioned there's a similarity in the sense of humor of Rich Co's and the Wacky Packages. And then shortly after that, a vintage set of Wacky Packages at a store, which you wouldn't normally. Anyway, so now everything comes together. Now we're chasing down the Wacky Packages, and they remain funny. You know, clearly we're older now than when we were first opened up a pack, but it's good, clean fun.
Are these like authentic from like
Yeah, oh yeah.
back in the
So
day?
if I were to go in the room and pull the stale gum,
Yeah.
which the gum was already going to be stale
Right.
from the 70s or the 80s, but that gum is now going at 40 years old. I don't know if it yeah, scientifically, I don't know if you can qualify it as gum. It is a solid object. Over here, just these guys had a good booth. If you can see, it was a little bit of Dr. Doom, a little bit of Voltron, just the design, the presentation of art, the arrangement of the images, and the color choices. So this is just scope. They were one of many great vendors to pass by. Now, cosplay, we don't have a lot of representation of cosplay. We had the Flash. We know in recent years people put on an inflatable suit for this or for that. Here's a Spider-Man dinosaur mashup, and then they just seemed like they were walking up and down the aisles, having, again, I keep saying the time of their lives, but they were getting their money's worth out of their admission for being at the con.
Is that like custom made?
See, I didn't stop them and ask them. Maybe I should have stopped them and asked them, but you can't figure they're retailing many of these.
I've never seen anything like that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's pretty cool.
Only at the cons, guys. Only at the cons. It's good to step out.
Maybe we should do like a blow up of like Fanboy G like that.
Custom.
A custom, blow up costume. So his head's like, well, probably
all right, moving on. Here was a beaker. Yeah, so a lot of different genres and subgenres.
That could pass as a Fanboy G costume also. But instead of going me, go no.
There it is. A mashup. He could alternate saying me, and no.
Yes,
no.
You could be Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. No.
All right. Just on my way out, I did snap these, and there's a thank you for partying with us. So again, that was just a neat image to hit on the way out. It was good to be there one day. It was good to be there a bunch of other days. Let me do a little Svengoolie snippet. And again, we weren't looking to have a great long episode here. We did a lengthier episode Friday. This is just, we're doing a brief recap. So in the Svengoolie panel, first of all, John Suntress, who was a longtime Chicago guy on WSCR Sports Radio. John was moderating the panel, and John's channel Word Balloon is across all the podcast platforms, and he's also on YouTube. So now you've got two two legends of Chicago broadcasting, John Suntress and Sven, on the stage, and it was just really, so they were. If nobody had a question to bring up to ask, they would have been totally good to have a real entertaining show, just the two of them communicating with each other. But of course, the mic was set up there, and then people would come up with their questions, and people had a variety of interesting questions. Again, similar to Nick DiGilio had his podcast Tuesday night, so it's not for me to give away the DiGilio content before DiGilio drops. And similar now for Suntress, he recorded the panel, so he will put it out on his channel. So not for me to preempt or take the John Suntress content. Oh, we do have a comment. Look at this. Look at this. We have a comment. Instead of saying hello upstairs, I'll say hello inside. All right, good and good and good. Where was I going? Suntress, the content. So, but what I can say is when I went up to the mic, the question, because again, I just want to have like a full encyclopedic knowledge of all the sidekicks and all the things about them. So in my question, I asked, who was the first of the sidekicks, going back to Jerry G. Bishop, because I can't even call it research, from my bumming around on YouTube, there's Durwood, who's the dummy, the mini replica of Jerry G. Bishop, the original Svengoolie, and then there was Zelda, who was the talking skull before Tombstone was the talking skull. So it was the first original of all of the sidekicks. So, but now piece by piece, I'm getting my questions answered about that, and then it was lost in time how Zelda got her name. It's like, well, anyway, so it was cool for me to get to go up to the mic and ask a question. There were younger people, older people, people from out of state, people from, again, as it's been said so many times, people grow up watching Sven and have a real connection to him and to the material. So again, good to be able to participate in that. Any other
So today was the last day?
Today, as we speak right now, it's just, oh, look, they just sent a text about see you next year. So from the app for C2E2. So yeah, I guess they're officially closed as we sit here right now.
Went by pretty fast.
Went by, hey, the Ferris Bueller, life passes by pretty fast. Find a way to enjoy it. I'm not a direct quote. Anyway, so coming up soon, maybe real soon, we had a dream. Our dream was to eat food and to discuss it on YouTube. So very soon, very, very, very soon, we'll be doing just that. Thanks for watching. Like and sub and all that business. And we'll be back before you know it with a whole different kind of conversation. Thanks, everybody.